JDM is heading into fight week, but before that, he reflected on his last fight against Islam Makhachev, admitting it just wasn't a good performance and that there were a lot of technical things he needed to fix. Now moving forward, he revealed that his next opponent wasn't always locked in, saying it was either going to be Michael Morales or Carlos Prates, with both presenting completely different challenges. And with this matchup now set, he's expecting a tough night, preparing himself for a full 5-round battle as he gets ready to step back into the cage.
I mean, it was, just not a good performance, you know. A couple of technical things we had to work on, but just a lot of technical stuff. And then, that was it. Just a lot of technical things. Came up against the better man. He was able to implement his game plan. We weren't able to get our game plan off. So, a couple of technical things, and we moved forward. And it was pretty much UFC said it would either be Michael Morales or Carlos Prates, and 2 good challenges. So we were excited for either one, and then got the name Carlos. I felt like a lot of the fans wanted it to be Carlos as well, so it worked out well. I mean, just a lot of rounds, you know, a lot of sparring rounds, sparring 5 rounds with different people, really make sure you're getting pushed in the rounds. And but I expect it to go 25 minutes. I think Carlos is super tough. I feel like I'm tough. I don't think he's going to take me out of there. I think it's going to be hard for me to take him out of there, but I expect a 25-minute battle.
Paddy Pimblett has officially started fight camp, and while his next opponent hasn't been announced yet, there are already some hints coming from his camp.
We know who his opponent is. You probably don't, but you can probably guess if you read between the lines.
Getting sharper, getting faster, getting back into fight shape, weight coming down. So obviously everything's running smoothly so far. Hopefully it continues that way up until fight night. I'm not going to reveal who my opponent is. The UFC will do that in due course. We'll find out soon enough, won't we?
There's been a lot of talk about what's next for Arman, especially with so many potential matchups at lightweight. But according to Jorge Masvidal, the situation might not be as simple as just booking the fight. He explained that Arman's position right now could depend heavily on the UFC, saying that decisions like this ultimately come down to Dana White, and that he's the one who can either move things forward or keep them on hold. Masvidal also acknowledged that Arman already paid the price for pulling out of a fight last minute, but questioned how long that should really affect his chances, especially considering his name value and where he stands in the division right now. And when it comes to a potential matchup with Ilia Topuria, he didn't hesitate to give his take on how that fight could play out.
Dana could be a stubborn dude, as stubborn as anybody that I've ever seen, you know. It's really, Dana's the one that's put the stop on him, and Dana's the only one that can lift that. Now, nobody else in that company can say when Arman's gonna fight, and it sucks because I'm one of these guys that feels like, he fucked up. I think it was either the day before, the day of, he pulled out, like, he fucked up. I get it.
Yeah, day before.
You sat him out already one time, but how much longer can you sit this guy out, you know? And as far as name-wise goes, at 155, I mean, besides Charles Oliveira, you know, which he beat, he's got the biggest name, biggest clout, biggest following behind them, you know. So I just want to see that damn fight already, and I don't want it to be like 4 or 5 years from now. You know, I'd rather it be while they're both in their prime. I've trained with both of them a good amount of times. I think both of them are like the next level athlete, way above average, with the speed, with the power, with the explosion. They're both phenomenal athletes, and then both can fight really, really good. I put my money on Ilia, though. I'll be honest with you. You know, got tons of respect for Arman. I think he's one of the best lightweights out there. But I'm putting my money on Ilia.
Jiri took some time to reflect on his last fight, admitting that the biggest mistake came down to losing focus in a crucial moment. Now, with that behind him, he's already looking ahead and making it clear that he wants the toughest challenge possible in his return, naming 2 potential opponents as he plans his comeback.
I don't want to hear this bullshit from a stripper. This is it. I don't want to, like, in a humble to react for this thing. I believe that in the cage we are, in like the fighters, we are one of the most rare people in the world. And anybody think, if somebody think that I prepared my my words after the fight, to tell the crowd like I was so merciful, man. First of all, I didn't say that. I didn't say that because Joe Rogan told me it was a mercy, and I think like it was not about like the mercy, but I just saw him. He was hurt, and then I didn't accept the scenario of the fight. It can be easy fight because only thing I know is the hard work, keep the working, beat the opponent through the hard work, and right now this time it showed me it can be really easy, and I was not prepared for this scenario. And about the things what he's saying right now, like, congrats, he's the champion. Really, he catched me. I accept that. But all these things what he said, like about I played something. Maybe I'm too old to play something, whatever. I want to be rare. I want to be real. And that was bullshit. That was bullshit what he said, and I don't want to. So right now I believe like August, September, November, October, something around about the October. Yeah.
Have you allowed yourself to think who makes sense for you to come back against?
Right now, yeah. Right now, Costa or Ankalaev.
Do you have a preference?
I don't care. I want to be the best. I want to be the best. And since you understand that you want to be the best, you have to defeat whoever. So one of them, I believe, deserved the fight.
Jack Della Maddalena and Carlos Prates face off for the first time ahead of their fight.
Like, no, you gotta be able to, like, fucking move this thing, dude. Give it to the bike. Give it to it. Well, now we know, not the whiskey throttle.
Dude, what's the worst that can happen? Right? Already happened. What's a berm?
There we go. Oh, let go, Nina. All right. I think we're done, Nina. No more. Yeah, dude, we're done. No more riding for Nina. Oh, shit, we broke the bike. Well, Nina, I don't know if motorcycles are for you. Is that from riding that bruise?
No, that's from pole dancing.
Where the fuck were you pole dancing?
I was doing a pole dancing class with Neon.
Wait, isn't Neon a guy? God, I want to fucking hit him.
Look.
Is he a fag?
No.
Dustin explains the difference between a rematch and a trilogy, and what it's really like to fight Conor McGregor.
It depends how far the fights are in between, you know. Like with me and Max, we fought the first time in 2012. The second time was maybe 2018, and then again last year, 25. So we had such long gaps, it was a different fight every time. If you have a rematch or the next fight is closer together, you can assume your opponent's gonna be similar to he was last time. But when you have these long layoffs, you gotta get better between fights. Your opponent's gone and fought 5 fights between your last time you fought him. They're a different fighter. It's not the same fight. Yep. You know, but you take small things about their personality, about their grit that you could only get in the heat of a fight that you bring into the next one. But if it's a long gap, a long time between each fight, it's a completely different fight.
Which fight was the hardest for you with Conor between the second and third fight, as far as dealing with his aura and like the trash talk and like not getting in your own head? Well, because the way he talks, that law of attraction, he really seems like he believes what he's saying. It's like, man, is this guy gonna kick my ass? Like, how did you deal with that?
The first fight, that affected me. Yeah. But I was younger and I cared too much about what was going on, the critics and stuff. The second fight, he played nice guy. So there wasn't a whole lot of pressure. It was a big spot to be in, but he was kind of nice, so that didn't add anything. The third fight, he went crazy, but it just bounced off of me. because I just knocked his ass out the one before.
Yeah. So nothing didn't feel any different walking into the cage with him versus anybody else.
Not the first fight it did.
Yeah.
The second two, not really. No.
Gotcha.